everyone. My name is Shohrukbek Rasulov, a lecturer from Marketing Management at Binary Graduate School in Tashkent. Today's topic is marketing view of product and pricing. So let's get started. So here are our learning objectives for today's lecture. So what is price? Price is the amount of money charged for a product or service, or the sum of all the value that customers exchange for the benefits of having or using the product or service. Price is the only element in the marketing mix that produces revenue, because all other elements represent costs. Price is also one of the most flexible marketing mix elements. Unlike product features and channel commitments, price can be changed quickly. At the same time, pricing is the number one problem facing many marketing executives, and many companies do not handle pricing well. Some managers view pricing as a big headache, preferring instead to focus on the other marketing mix elements. By changing marketing strategy, changing packaging, or changing product features. There are many pricing strategies, and different literatures give different types of strategies, but all of these strategies have been developed according to basic considerations of setting price. The figure, which is given in the slide, summarizes the major considerations in the setting price. Customer perceptions of the product's value set the ceiling for its price. If customers perceive that the product's price is greater than its value, they will not buy the product. Likewise, product costs set the floor for a product's price, or the lowest price for the product. If the company prices the product below its cost, the company's profits will suffer. In setting its price between these two extremes, the company must consider also several external and internal factors, including competitor strategies and prices, the overall marketing strategy and mix, and the nature of the market and demand. The figure suggests three major pricing strategies, which are customer value-based pricing, cost-based pricing, and competition-based pricing. So let's get introduced with each of them more broadly and start with cost-based pricing. So what is cost-based pricing? Cost-based pricing involves setting prices based on the costs of producing, distributing, and selling the product plus a fair rate of the return for the company's effort and risk. A company's cost may be an important element in this pricing strategy. Here are the steps of cost-based pricing. First, you need to design a good product, determine product costs, set the price based on those costs, and convince buyers of product's value. So, cost-based price focuses on mostly costs. So what kind of costs do we have? We have fixed costs, which are the costs that do not vary with the production or sales level, variable costs, which vary directly with the level of production, and total costs, which is the sum of two types of the cost above. Cost-based pricing has two types. First of them is cost plus pricing, or markup pricing. Cost plus pricing adds a standard markup to the cost of the product. For example, computer company makes high quality laptop computers at a cost of $1,000 per unit. Suppose computer company uses the cost plus pricing method, wanting to earn a 67% markup on sales. The final sale price set would be 67% of $1,000 plus $1,000, which is equal to $1,670. The second type of the cost-based pricing is break-even pricing, which is also known as target return pricing. Break-even pricing is setting price to break even on costs or to make a target return. So first of all, you identify your costs and calculate how many items you need to produce in order to cover your cost. So here's an example for break-even pricing. Ninja wants to enter the market for personal blenders. The fixed cost of manufacturing these blenders is $50,000. The variable cost per unit is $20. Ninja expects to sell 10,000 blenders. The break-even price of the blender is $50,000 fixed costs divided into 10,000 units plus $20, which is equal to $25 break-even price. Here is given another example of break-even pricing with the use of table. So the table shows that as price increases, the break-even volume drops, and on the other hand, demand for the toasters also decrease. So we need to find the golden middle for determining the final price that matches the capacity of our production and the amount of demand. Customer value-based pricing. Value-based pricing uses the buyer's perceptions of value rather than the seller's cost. If the cost-based pricing requires first to make a product, calculate cost plus markup, and convince people to buy it, value-based pricing reverses this process. The company first assesses customers' needs and value perceptions. It then sets its target price based on customer perceptions of value. The targeted value and price drive decisions about what costs can be incurred and the resulting product design. So customer value-based pricing also have two types. First one is good value pricing, which is offering just the right combination of quality and good services at a fair price. In other cases, good value pricing has involved redesigning existing brands to offer more quality for a given price or the same quality for less quantity. For example, from the pictures you can see the menu of fast food for a lower price and lower size. I'm not sure if you can see it or not, but here's given the names like junior, and small or little, and etc. And also from the Sainsbury's Salsa Deep, you can see the slogan, a few less chunks, still full flavor. So this is the example of decreasing the quantity but keeping the quality, and at the same time decreasing the price, creating good value for the customers. One type of good value pricing is everyday low pricing, which involves charging a constant everyday low price with few or no temporary price discounts. Another type of good value pricing is high-low pricing, which involves charging higher prices on an everyday basis but running frequent promotions to lower prices temporarily on selected items. Here is the second type of customer value-based pricing, which is called value-added pricing. Value-based pricing doesn't mean simply charging what customers want to pay or setting low prices to meet competition. Instead, many companies adopt value-added pricing strategy. Rather than cutting prices to match competitors, they attach value-added features and services to differentiate their offers, and those support their higher prices. Here's given the example of British Airways and their three types of proposition. So options and propositions with the value added versions. For example, economy basic is the standard proposition, the price for which varies from £98 to £152, and economy plus and business class club Europe, another two types of propositions with extra added values in the form of free seat choice, guaranteed seat, or 2 checked baggage allowance, and etc. And the third type of major pricing strategies is competition-based pricing. Competition-based pricing involves setting prices based on competitors' strategies, costs, prices, and market offerings. Consumers will base judgments of a product's value on the prices that competitors charge for similar products. So competitor-based pricing also has two types. First one is going rate pricing, which is setting similar price as a similar good in the market. For example, you are developing a new product in your product mix, but this product already exists in the market, and you set the similar price to your product. Sealed bid pricing is setting the price by guessing how your competitors will price their product, as you do not know it exactly. So this type of pricing is used mostly in tenders and competitive biddings. So in this type of pricing, you do not have the opportunity to analyze the prices offered by your competitors. At the same time, you need to guess. For example, government announced a tender for production of chairs, and they set the budget limit, but the competition is opened and everybody can participate in it. So you have to guess. First of all, you need to calculate your costs and add your margin, and you need to select the margin which is not higher than your competitors' prices. So this is sealed bid pricing. So as we mentioned before, besides product costs and consumers' perceptions of value, we need to also take into consideration some other factors that affect directly to our pricing. Pricing may play an important role in helping to accomplish company objectives at many levels. A firm can set prices to attract new customers or profitably retain existing ones. It can set prices low to prevent competition from entering the market, or set prices at a competitor's level to stabilize the market. So here are some considerations that affect pricing decisions. Overall marketing strategy, objectives, and mix. Organizational considerations, the market and demand, the economy, and other external factors. The seller's pricing freedom varies with the different types of markets. Economists recognize 4 types of markets, each presenting a different pricing challenge. Under pure competition, the market consists of many buyers and sellers trading in a uniform commodity, such as wheat, copper, or financial securities. No single buyer or seller has much effect on the going market price. In a purely competitive market, marketing research, product development, pricing, advertising, and sales promotion play little or no role. Those sellers in these markets do not spend much time on marketing strategy. Under monopolistic competition, the market consists of many buyers and sellers trading over a range of prices rather than a single market price. A range of prices occurs because sellers can differentiate their offers to buyers. Under oligopolistic competition, the market consists of only a few large sellers. For example, only 4 companies like Verizon, AT&T, Sprint, and T-Mobile control more than 90% of the US wireless service provider market. Because there are few sellers, each seller is alert and responsive to competitors' pricing strategies and marketing moves. In a pure monopoly, the market is dominated by one seller. The seller may be a government monopoly, for example, the US Postal Service, a private regulated monopoly, a power company, or a private unregulated monopoly, De Beers and diamonds. Pricing is handled differently in each case in accordance to their corporate policy. So another consideration that affects our pricing decision is demand curve or demand. Demand curve shows the number of units the market will buy in a given period at different prices. Demand and price are inversely related. So higher the price, the lower the demand. Price elasticity of demand. Marketers also need to know price elasticity, how responsive demand will be to a change in a price. If demand hardly changes with a small change in price, we say demand is inelastic. If demand changes greatly, we say the demand is elastic. If demand is elastic rather than inelastic, seller will consider lowering their price. A lower price will produce more total revenue. This practice makes sense as long as the extra cost of producing and selling more do not exceed the extra revenue. The economy and other external factors that affect our pricing decisions. First, economic conditions. This is obvious, yeah. Resellers' responses to price, which means the company should set the prices that give resellers a fair profit, encourage their support, and help them to sell the product effectively. Government and social concerns. Pricing strategies usually change as the product passes through its life cycle. The introductory stage is especially challenging. Companies bringing out a new product face the challenge of setting price for the first time. They can choose between two broad strategies, which are market skimming pricing and market penetration pricing. Market skimming pricing or price skimming involves setting a high price for a new product to skim maximum revenues layer by layer from the segments willing to pay the high price. Company makes fewer but more profitable sales in this way. For example, when Apple first introduced the iPhone, its initial price was as high as $599 per phone. The phones were purchased only by customers who really wanted a sleek new gadget and could afford to pay a high price for it. 6 months later, Apple dropped the price to $399 for a 8 gigabyte model and $499 for 16 gigabyte model to attract new buyers. Within a year, it dropped prices again to $199 and $299 respectively. In this way, Apple has skimmed the maximum amount of revenue from the various segments of the market. Rather than setting a high initial price to skim off small but profitable market segments, some companies use market penetration pricing. Companies set a low initial price to penetrate the market quickly and deeply to attract a large number of buyers quickly and win a large market share. The high sales volume results in falling costs, allowing companies to cut their prices even further. For example, Samsung has used penetration pricing to quickly build demand for its mobile devices in fast-growing emerging markets. So you can get introduced with the case broadly if we stop the video, but we need to move on. The strategy for setting a product's price often has to be changed when the product is a part of a product mix. In this case, the firm looks for a set of prices that maximizes its profits on the total product mix. We now take a closer look at the 5 product mix pricing situations summarized in this slide. Product line pricing, optional product pricing, captive product pricing, byproduct pricing, and product bundle pricing. In product line pricing, management must determine the price steps to set between the various products in a line. The price steps should take into account cost differences between products in the line. More important, they should account for differences in customer perceptions of value of different features. For example, at a Mr. Clean car wash, you can choose from any of 6 wash packages, ranging from a basic exterior clean only bronze wash for $5 to an exterior clean shine and protect gold package for $12. And also many companies use optional product pricing, offering to sell optional or accessory products along with the main product. For example, you are offered to choose the extra ingredients along with the standard wok restaurants in Tashkent. Yeah, while you are selecting the type of noodle which comes with the standard quantity of vegetables and meat, you are offered to choose some extra sauces, some extra meat, some extra vegetables as well. Captive product pricing. Companies that make products that must be used along with the main product are using captive product pricing. Examples of captive products are razor blades cartridges, video games, printer cartridges, single-serve coffee pots, and e-books. Producers of the main products, razors, video game consoles, printers, single-cup coffee brewing systems, and tablet computers often price them low and set high markups on the suppliers. So, for example, as you see from the picture, there is a capsule coffee maker whose price starts from $100, comes along with the or requires capsule coffees whose price starts from $20 per several servings. Byproduct pricing. Producing products and services often generates byproducts. If the byproducts have no value and if getting rid of them is costly, this will affect the pricing of the main product. So this will increase the pricing of main product. Using byproduct pricing, the company seeks a market for these byproducts to help offset the cost of disposing of them and help make the price of the main product more competitive. So shortly, they sell those byproducts. The byproducts themselves can even turn out to be profitable, turning trash into cash. For example, selling a wood chippings by a furniture maker to a paper manufacturers. Product bundle pricing. Using product bundle pricing, sellers combine several products and offer the bundle at a reduced price. For example, fast food restaurants bundle a burger, fries, and a soft drink at a combo price. Price bundling can promote the sales of products consumers might not otherwise buy, but the combined price must be low enough to get them to buy the bundle. Price adjustment strategies. Companies usually adjust their basic prices to account for various customer differences and changing situations. Here we examine the 7 price adjustment strategies. First, discount and allowance pricing, segmented pricing, psychological pricing, promotional pricing, geographic pricing, dynamic pricing, international pricing. Let's start with discount and allowance pricing. Most companies adjust their basic price to reward customers for certain responses, such as paying bills early, volume purchases, and off-season buying. These price adjustments called discounts and allowances. One form of discount is cash discount, a price reduction to buyers who pay the bills promptly or before the deadline, for example. A quantity discount is a price reduction to buyers who buy large volumes, as shown in the picture. If you buy a bucket of KFC, you pay less rather than buying them in small quantities. A functional discount, also called as trade discount, to trade channel members who perform certain functions, such as selling, storing, and record keeping. So this type of discount is offered to the uh, retailers and distributors of channels. Yeah, a seasonal discount is a price reduction to buyers who buy merchandise or service out of season. For example, when you buy a coat in summertime, so you get a season discount. Allowances are another type of reduction from the list price. For example, trading allowances are price reductions given for turning in an old item when buying a new one. Promotional allowances are payments or price reductions that reward dealers for participating in advertising and sales support programs. Segmented pricing involves selling a product or service at two or more prices, where the difference in the price is not based on a difference in cost. Companies will often adjust their basic prices to allow for different customers, locations, and time. So this picture is also an example of a ticket price segmentation. So price segmentation is divided also into four types, which are customer segment pricing. Different customers pay different prices for the same product or service. For example, student prices and the prices for products dedicated for retired people. Product form pricing. Different versions of product are priced differently but not according to the differences in their costs. For example, business and economy classes. Here's mentioned the difference in price higher than difference in cost. Yeah, of course their costs somehow vary. So the cost of business class is higher from economy class, but it's not as significant as the difference between their prices. Location-based pricing. A company charges different prices for different locations even though the cost of offering each location is the same. For example, theaters vary their seats prices because of audience preferences for certain locations. Yeah. In fact, in theaters, in concerts, the first rows are always expensive or more expensive than the other rows. Yeah. Time-based pricing. A firm varies its price by the season, the month, the day, and even the hour. For example, resorts give weekend and seasonal discounts, flight prices high for Christmas, and etc. In using psychological pricing, sellers consider the psychology of a price, not simply the economics. For example, consumers usually perceive higher priced products as having higher quality. When they can judge the quality of a product by examining it or by calling on past experience with it, they use price less to judge quality. But when they cannot judge quality because they lack of information or skill, price becomes an important quality signal. Another aspect of psychological pricing is reference price. Price that buyers carry in their minds and refer to when looking at a given product. The reference price might be formed by nothing: current prices, remembering past prices, or assessing the buying situation. Sellers can influence or use the consumer's reference prices when setting price. For example, a grocery retailer might place its store-branded chocolate paste at a price of $2.49 next to more expensive branded Nutella at the price of $3.79 and make its own production or own product more attractive. Even small differences in prices can signal product differences. A 9 or 0.99 at the end of the price often signals a bargain. Although actual prices differences might be small, the impact of such psychological tactics can be big. Promotional pricing is temporarily pricing products below the list price and sometimes even below costs to increase short-run sales or to increase hype in the market. Geographic pricing is used for customers in different parts of the country or the world. A company also must decide how to price its products for customers located in different parts of the United States or the world, as shown in the picture. Yeah, the main plant, for example, is located in St. Louis, and it has consumers from all over the USA. Should the company risk losing the business of more distant consumers by charging them higher prices to cover the higher shipping costs, or should the company charge all customers the same prices regardless of location? And dynamic pricing, which involves adjusting prices continually to meet the characteristics and needs of individual customers and situations. And in the example, here's given the uh, prices for air flights, uh, which range from the day by day and constantly. Every Sunday, you can purchase a ticket from New York to Los Angeles for $350, and on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, you can purchase it for reduced $300. These prices are set in accordance to the demand and in accordance to the customers' needs. International pricing. Companies that market their products internationally must decide what prices to charge in different countries. The price that a company should charge in a specific country depends on many factors, including economic conditions, competitive situations, laws and regulations, and the nature of the wholesaling and retailing system in that particular country. In some cases, the company may find it desirable to initiate either a price cut or a price increase. In both cases, it must anticipate possible buyer and competitor reactions. So, price cuts occur due to excess capacity and increased market share, and price increases occur due to cost inflation, increased demand in the market for your product, and lack of supply. Of course, those initiations has their results in the forms of the reactions of your consumers or buyers. So here are given the buyers' reactions to your pricing change. If you increase the price of your product, consumers may uh, add your product into a category of hot products. And some consumers also might think that your company is greedy. If you cut the price, consumers might think that the new model will be available soon, as happens with the Apple products and the other gadgets. And they might say also models are not selling well, and they might doubt at the quality. For example, they might think that your quality decreased, so the price is decreasing. Also, a firm considering a price change must worry about the reactions of its competitors as well as those of its consumers. Competitors are most likely to react when the number of firms involved is small, when the product is uniform, and when the buyers are well informed about products and prices. So here are the questions or the standard questions which appear when your competitor or which appear in your competitor's mind when you change your prices. So they are: why did the competitor change the price? Is the price cut permanent or temporary? Is the company trying to grab market share? Is the company doing poorly or trying to increase sales? Is it a signal to decrease industry prices to stimulate demand? Also, here are given some sets of actions as shown in the figure, the ways a company might assess and respond to a competitor's price cut. When your competitor cuts the price, use it in your pricing, and when you want to cut your price, then use it for expecting the listed actions from your competitor. So here is the summary of our today's lecture and the list of further reading textbooks. I would like to thank all of you for your attention. Take care. Goodbye.